Krishna. In the previous video, I have discussed about an Excel file and the sales project and the different tables in Excel file. In this current video, as we go by steps, we have discussed about the cleaning of data and different Excel files, as well as using Power Query, loading of data into Power Query and cleaning of data. Now we are going to discuss about the creation of fact and dimension tables and creating a separate date table for easier performance of data analysis quarterly based. So in such case, we are going to discuss about it. So as you can see, I created a new sales project. In this, we can see that there's nothing, there are no tables or no data available. I have said there are around 7 tables in this Excel file, but we cannot see, we are unable to see any file. The reason is they have been loaded, but in the back end. The direct data has not been dumped yet. It is loaded in the form of Power Query. In order to see where this data is loaded, has been loaded, let's take a look into it. Here is the home file, there is the insert, the draw, the page layout, the data. So in this data, when we go for queries and connections, so here we can see in queries and connections that it is being loaded. At present, all the tables have not been. So you can see that there are 7 queries. And in addition to the 7 query, we are going to create an 8th query called dim.date, dim underscore date table, in order to have better analysis quarterly based over the 4 years from 2018 2021. So let's create the table. So we have been taken into the Power Query. So this is a separate window. There is no minimize file. There is only maximize as well as close window. After that, after all the work has been done, we can simply click this icon, close and load. So but at present we are not going to do it because we have to create a date table. So what is the date we are going to? What is the from which date to which date we have to do analysis. So for that, the simplest thing we can do is we have to create a dim.date table in which the sales transaction has been done. So from which date the sales transaction has started and till which date the sales transaction has been completed. So these two are the most important criteria, most important points in selection of a dim.date table. We are creating a separate table called dim underscore date. So in such case, we don't go for customer table because there is no date here. Also in a market table, there is no date here. And even the product table, we cannot see any date, but only the facts underscore sales monthly or monthly with cost. Both are same tables. But only difference is in monthly table, we have net sales amount. With cost, we have freight cost and manufacturing cost. We are going to create a new column called calculator column, we name cost of goods sold. Subsequently, at present, we have to create a table named fact underscore dim underscore date. For that, the total transactions from 2018. So it's been loading 30 to 37 MB from 1/9/2018 to 1/8/2021. So for all these transactions, we need to create a separate table. So I'm creating a separate table. What I'm doing is I will select this table, I will select this column, and what I do is I'll create a new query. Here I can see add as a new query. See here, you can see here add as a new query. So it has been added as a new query. Now I have to make this as a table. So here we can see there is an icon called to table. So I'm converting this as a table into a table. So if there is no delimiter or something. At present, for simplification, I'm simply clicking OK. So a table has been created. What is this table? It's in the form of alphanumeric form, ABC and 1, 2, 3. But what we need to have, we need to have it need to be in the form of date. So I'm converting it into date. So it has been converted into date, but the name is not date. The name is in the form of a column number 1. I'm making it as date. So again, I'm making, but when we want to perform, here we can see 1/9/2019 only. In order to perform, we don't need to have months. We need to have quarters, means 3 months at the same time. Similarly, we need to have years, 2018, 2019. So I'm going to do, I am going to create some more columns. So initially, I'm going to change it as dim underscore date. It's also a dimension. Again, renaming this query will remove and recreate the asset data model from the query. I'm going to rename it. There's no problem with it. Again, I'm going to what I'm going to. I'm going here. I'm going to transform it. So I need an year. So again, you can see here what are the steps which have been applied. We can see we have renamed the column, we have changed the type, we have converted table. All the steps which have been performed, there is no such thing called undo in Power Query. We have to, all the steps have been recorded and we can cancel it. So I have canceled it again. Now I have to create a new column with only with the column with only year. So I will go for add column here from home, transform and add. So I have gone for add column. I will click this column, and in this I am going to create year. So a separate column has been created with year. And again, I need quarters in quarterly ways. So what I need to do, we will get only 4 years: 2018, 19, 20, 21. See, you can see only 4 years, but I need quarterly wise, which means that here we can see 1 9 2018 1 9 all is. So when we make it as a quarterly base again, I go here. I need to in the form of quarters means 1 2 3 1 2 3. I'll try it quarterly. If you go for month, we go for month base. So here see all the months. There is only 1 month in January. Like all the years we get only 1 month. Only January month. If the reason is here it is being seen as 1 9 2019 1 9 2018 2019 1 9 2021. But the thing is not in the form of day, month and year. It is in the form of month, day and year. So what we are supposed to do, we need to break it into we need to break it using delimiter, and then we need to make it as a quarter base. So I am going to do it right now. How to break it? I'm going to click here. So I'm going to delete it because it is of no use. All the things, all the years we have only January month, and with only 1 month we cannot perform quarterly analysis of quarter one, quarter two, quarter three. Quarter one is like September, October, November, or else it's like October, November, December. Quarter two is like January, February, and March. So all the 3 quarters will be we are going to miss it. So in order to do that, what I'm doing is I'm going to delete this. I'm removing this column, and I'll do is extract. Here you can see all the functions are present directly in Power Query. So home, transform, add column. So I'm going to extract. I'm going to extract. Here you can see text of before delimiter, text after delimiter. So extraction is done only for the characters, not data type in the form of table. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to convert this as a text. So here we can see text. Now I'm going to extract it. Extract text after delimiter. What is the delimiter here? Bar. So I've kept this as bar, one bar. So here you can see the text extraction of text after delimiter 1 9 2019. We got only 9 by 2019. So we can see 9, 10, 11, 12 different months. When we get different months, we get different quarters. So it's been loading. 32 MB. So here see 196 by 2020, 7 by 2020, 8 by 19, 8 by 2020, 8 by 21. So we can see that 19, 20, 21, 19, 20, 21 of all the months or the years. So this is one of the biggest advantage of doing this. We can get the quarterly analysis only after extraction. Now again what I'm going to do is I'm going to extract. I'm going to extract after delimiter again. Text after delimiter. So start delimiter is nil. Got it. Sorry. Now I'm going to do is I'm going to convert it into date model. So I'm going to convert it into date, and in this date model, I'm going to extract the quarter. So the quarter of the year. So here we can see the ninth month is the third quarter. We need to get 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So here we can see 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the different quarters. After doing this, we got the quarters which is numerical form. So we are going to delete it, which because if we add more amount of data, again, what is the biggest problem is the more unnecessary data, the bigger the file will be, the difficult the analysis. So finally, we have to, and now we are going to convert this year as a text model, because when in analysis it is easy when it is in the form of text. So we are going to convert it as a text, and that's you are going to know why we are using it as text in data analysis in the further next slides. So this is the finally we got all the necessary files, all the necessary tables for better performance of data analysis. And with this, our second task. What is the second task? Oh, sorry. In Power Query there is no. So I'm going to load it, close and load to. So because I don't want to create a table, so I'm just only creating a connection. If I create a table, everything is created. A pivot table report. So I'm just holding the connection and adding this to the data model. So I've done like adding this to the data model. Now the second step is like creation of fact and dimension tables and separate data table. Data table has been created. So our second step in doing the analysis has been completed. The next step is writing measures in Power Pivot and creating connections in between tables. We are going to discuss about the next step in the next video. Right now, that it is still the date table. Here we can see the total number of rows which are loading. You can see here because it has to be same the 799,962 the same day table. So all the rows has been loaded, and now this is the thing. Now the our in data is ready in order to perform analysis. We need to write measures and create connections in between tables, and we can get the necessary reports after performing analysis. The this part we are going to discuss in the subsequent videos. Thank you.